Daniel's a guy that is big on relationships, big on just creating a system that benefits a quarterback. I mean, he was in Jacksonville. Like, let's remember that and who they had in Jacksonville. So this is a win-win for Denver. Everybody just needed the Aaron domino to fall so that the landscape could be officially set and other teams could figure out what they want to do.
So, Kimberly, the style in which Nathaniel Hackett.
Key.
Oh,
what? Just jumping in. I mean,
whoa.
You know, yeah.
Go ahead, Key.
No, you go ahead, Jay. You're right there next to Kimberly.
I was going to say stylistically with Nathaniel Hackett now and offensively what they're doing, do you think this makes him closer to winning a Super Bowl?
Than if you'd stayed in Seattle?
Or I'm saying Denver.
Denver,
are they closer?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think they're legit Super Bowl contenders?
They are Super Bowl contenders. I mean, the Rams, think about it. They went to the Super Bowl. They weren't the top seed, in the conference. I think, is the road going to be way tougher? 100% because of that AFC West being loaded with quarterbacks. But I think this team it's confident that they have the receivers. They've got the back-end defense. The offensive line is better than what he had in Seattle. So once you add a guy like Russell, like you saw Jerry Jeudy's tweets yesterday, he went from real dejected to real elated real quick. Like, oh, we lit. Like that's a Tom Brady type of
frowny
defining
face, smiley face.
That's a defining franchise moment when other guys are like, okay, that's the dude we've got. Now we can run.
See, I think that people are misjudging the situation with the Denver Broncos because they went out and got Russell Wilson when everybody thought that they were going to get Aaron Rodgers. A couple weeks ago, we had Mark Schlereth on our show, and Mark and both myself, and Mark is on the ground in Denver, and the question was posed to him, much like it was posed to you, if, in fact, Russell Wilson is a quarterback, are they a Super Bowl contender? This was only Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers, we asked him if he was the quarterback, would they be Super Bowl contenders? And he laid it out completely and said, no, they might not even be a playoff contender. You remember that, Max? And I feel the same way about them. I understand Russell Wilson. I understand he did some good stuff in Seattle and at times, but yet and still when you look at yeah, but that defense was the one who won the Super Bowl. Let's keep it 100 if we're going to really break it all the way down. But I think when you look at it, though, Kim, Jared Jeudy, the receivers, and Sutton and those guys, they haven't really come to the party the way that you would envision and hope. The defensive side of the ball for Denver was solid, not as great as most people wanted them to be. They need help on the defensive line, on the interior side. Maybe Von Miller goes back there, maybe he doesn't. But I don't know that the Denver Broncos got any significantly better. I think they got better, but significantly enough to make a strong push and run toward a Super Bowl.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, well, since you bring it up, Key, more likely to win the Super Bowl next year, the Packers, who win 13 games every year now, right?
Yeah.
Or the Broncos, who seem to be a quarterback away from at least whether or not Keith thinks they're ready to win a Super Bowl, a strong team.
A strong team. Yeah, I'm going to go Packers just
sure.
because of the division. Like, this is why I felt like Aaron should have stayed in Green Bay the whole time.
Don't want that Herbert smoke.
You don't
want that Herbert smoke.
Because of the way the division is laid out, like, that is the Packers' division to lose. And the easiest way to get into the playoffs, win your division, get to Super Bowl, win your division. So I think it's going to be the Packers just because of the road.
Yeah, for sure. And the conference, too, Kim. The conference is not as strong as the AFC.
Yeah.
Like, what is there, like 4 teams maybe in that conference that you look at? And you go, ooh.
But the division itself has four of the best dozen quarterbacks.
No, I mean 4 in the NFC.
Oh,
in the NFC.
Oh, yeah,
in the NFC,
yeah.
there's
in
only
the
4.
AFC West alone, 4 of the best dozen quarterbacks in the league reside, right?
Yeah, because in the NFC, Kim, think about it, Jay. You got San Francisco. Let's just say that San Francisco. You got
Dallas,
Green Bay, Dallas, Arizona, if they're healthy, and who else? The Rams. So you got maybe 4 to 5 teams.
Yeah.
Kimberly, real quick, do you think this puts more pressure on Aaron Rodgers?
So that's interesting because off the gut reaction is like, oh yeah, of course. I would think there would have been more pressure this past season than anything. And the woke mob, cancer culture came at him, and he seems to be doing just fine. I think there is going to be a ton of pressure on him, but I feel like last year should have been after he ripped everybody and came up small in the final game against Jimmy Garoppolo. Felt like that was the pressure moment.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.